We're here live at Nubian Bookstore in Suffolk Mall and Morrow, and I just bumped into Professor Griff of Public Enemy. How's it going?
It's going all right, man. Maintaining.
Yeah, I just want to get into it real quick. I was on YouTube a few days ago, and I saw M1 from Dead Prez endorse Cynthia McKinney for President of the United States. And, I was just curious as far as, are you supporting Barack Obama or are you supporting Cynthia McKinney?
Well, from the outstart, man, I was never a person to vote at all, man. Not at all. And it really wasn't a toss-up between Barack Obama, Cynthia McKinney, or the other dude. What's his name? McCain.
John McCain.
But, I didn't vote at all. I never thought about voting because I never thought that voting would free us as a people. That's how deep I was going. And then the last two selections, which they call elections, never did anything for me. You understand what I'm saying? So, but when I heard that Cynthia McKinney was running after running into M1 in Houston, I just said to myself, okay, well, let me look at the Green Party and see what's on the agenda. So I'm kind of undecided whether or not I will even vote, but I would definitely want to endorse Cynthia McKinney and what she's doing with Rosa Clemente in reference to the Green Party and running for the president, of course.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I think Cynthia McKinney has proven to be a fighter out there as far as fighting on issues such as election fraud, as we know, up in New York City.
Right, exactly.
During primaries and the Democratic primaries, there are certain parts in Harlem and New York City where Barack Obama received 0 votes and didn't make that one damn comment about not receiving no votes, whereas Cynthia McKinney, has always been a fighter out there against election fraud. Right.
Well, something I think what we need to do is know and understand what is the position of black press, black people in the media that's supposed to be reporting this to black people. I think Chuck D once says that rap and hip hop is the CNN to the black community. So where are these black reporters that are not giving us this information? Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And if Cynthia McKinney's been on the front lines since day one and putting these issues in the agenda on the table, then how come no one's reporting this?
I agree. I mean, there's really been a black media blackout.
Exactly.
As far as, Cynthia McKinney and Rosa Clemente making history as far as being the first black presidential candidates to be on ballots in more than 30-something states. And,
right.
Right now, Barack Obama, he's just a presumptive. Now, I mean, he hasn't nailed it down yet because Democrats have had their convention.
Right.
But last week we saw this so-called change candidate Obama, who's highly financed by Wall Street and big business, signed on to the Bush-FISA bill, which gave immunity to telecom companies to do wireless, warrantless wiretaps. What do you think about Barack Obama supporting FISA after saying repeatedly that he would be against it?
Well, this is what I was saying all along. I was saying if we don't know the man's agenda and what's on the agenda, FISA, affirmative action, even when it comes to Sean Bell, when it comes to political prisoners, when it comes to a whole myriad of subjects that's supposed to be on the agenda, how come no one's coming to us as a people, not only in the hood, but in the communities? How come no one's coming to these conventions to even speak to us about what the agenda is? So I'm not surprised about FISA. I'm not surprised about affirmative action. I'm not surprised about what his position on the Sean Bell case and all the other cases. I'm not surprised about what his position on reparations and political prisoners. I'm not surprised with Barack Obama because a lot of times these things are not trickled down to us, the average working person, and we don't know the agenda.
Right.
No one's reporting to, the agenda to us. No one is saying, okay, when you're talking about a people that don't have access to information, of course we're going to be left in the dark.
Right. And even on the Sean Bell thing, the response that Barack Obama gave was something to the effect of respect the verdict. I mean, even Hillary Clinton, though, she even put out a stronger comment, stronger than Obama's, talking about there should be investigations from the Department of Justice. And Obama, it just seems like that he has a serious issue as far as wanting to be associated to any black issues or black people.
Exactly. And it seems like he shies away from galvanizing that black male energy that desperately needed to set the situation straight in America. You've seen that with the situation with Jeremiah Wright.
Yeah.
You've seen that with Farrakhan. They say he passed the Farrakhan test, but I don't know. Because I don't think the average white person in America care. I think those that are in key positions in America and that control America, I think behind the scenes, they care and they're always going to remember. But then, let me ask you a question. What was his position on Israel?
Yeah, actually, he went to He spoke at APAC, and actually he went to the 60th anniversary. No, it was the 60th anniversary of Israel, and told that he pledged 30 billion American tax dollars to continue to fund Israel.
Right.
And he even said that that as far as attacking Iran is not off the table. Whereas it was the 40-year anniversary of the MLK assassination, and he skipped Memphis. So he can go to APAC.
Right. No, you need to say that a little bit slower. He skipped Memphis.
Yeah, he skipped Memphis.
Never even went to Memphis.
Right.
He
couldn't be around the black folks to celebrate the assassination of Dr. King, but he can go to APAC and celebrate the 60th anniversary of Israel's independence.
Right. So we need to understand and ask the question: who is Barack Obama?
Yeah.
Who is he for real?
Yeah, I think if anybody just go to a website like opensecrets.org, you can pull up all the companies from Wall Street who's been financing Barack Obama. And as you can see, there's a big marketing scam. The slogan of change is a highly financed operation. I think it's like one of the biggest political scams in recent history.
So you said www.opensecrets.com?
.org.
.org?
Yeah,
www.opensecrets.org.
Yeah, you can check out as far as all the campaign contributions that have been given to all the politicians, and you can see that Barack Obama has received more money from Wall Street and big business than any other candidate.
So if we follow the money, we can kind of figure out what the agenda is.
Yeah, and it's not no damn change.
Right.
I mean, I think this whole change shit is probably like one of the biggest political scams of recent history. That a guy like Barack Obama, who lost to Bobby Rush for a congressional seat back in 2000, can resurrect his political career like 8 years later, raising damn near $500 million, and people don't ask the question, where did this dude come from?
And then we need to ask, who's Zbigniew Brzezinski?
Right.
In the grand chess board.
Yeah.
We need to ask who these people are that have openly came out and supported Barack Obama, but we're not doing the research. Right. We're not doing the investigative reporting and getting this information to our people.
Yeah, even during the Democratic primaries, in Ohio, Democratic primaries, the whole NAFTA issue was real big, and Barack Obama was trying to act like like he was against NAFTA, and Barack Obama's economic advisor is Alan Goolsbee, who's a member of Skull and Bones, and he went to the Canadian government and told them that that a lot of the rhetoric that Obama was saying about NAFTA was just a bunch of talk.
Well,
even during the Democratic primaries, the whole issue in Ohio was about NAFTA.
Right.
And during the primaries, Barack Obama was trying to give the image or portray the image to people that he was against NAFTA. And then what we find out during the process, even most recently, that Barack Obama's economic advisor, Alan Goolsbee, who's a member of Skull and Bones, which John Kerry and George Bush members told I think it was a counselor or somebody in Canada that, that wink, 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 Obama is, just talking, don't pay the rhetoric no attention.
Right.
That he's pro-NAFTA. So we even see Barack Obama flip-flopping on NAFTA, FISA. He just recently in the New York op-ed even said that we must send 10,000 more troops to Afghanistan.
Right, exactly.
So what you think about all these major flip-flops on this so-called change candidate Obama?
Well, notice the language, man. The whole flip-flopping language is the same language that they use with John Kerry.
Yeah.
And John Kerry, we later found out, was part of the whole scheme.
Right.
Because both George Bush and John Kerry are part of Skull and Bones.
Right.
I think that Barack Obama's been given a pass by the Blue Bloods. He's been given the okay by certain secret societies for them to let him in. I truly believe imperialism and fascism needs a facelift. And that facelift is going to have to be black. And the reason why I believe that, simply because I think they're trying to go into Africa. Well, they're already in Africa. But they want to totally control all the natural minerals that they're going to need to carry themselves into the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd centuries. You follow me? So I think they have to go through a phase of galvanizing the masses of dark-skinned people that truly believe that change needs to come, but the change that they're talking about is not necessarily change for the better as far as the masses of the people. It's probably a better change for them. It's not going to change for us, the little man on the totem pole.